Hello and welcome back to the third scenario in the Salamanders campaign. A great tide of orc is coming to retake the Igis River. What's kind of cool about these first scenarios is that they are played in the same area. Um, okay, new equipment and control for hexes at the end of the scenario. If you look at the strategic map, you can recognize this place and this city. We came through here, and this is below the bottom here is where the other approach was. And this you can recognize from the first. This was the very top of the first map. So we are fighting around the same area. Battle is going back and forth, and that part of the scenario design I think is top notch. But what is kind of weird about this scenario is you have one hex here, but why would you do this? This is not a defensible position. It's not a super good idea to defend this. This island here should be relatively easy to defend. This is a fortification, so defending this bend here. And this is the main line of orc attack. And these are some auxiliaries. One is a mortar. These are conscripts. And this is your other sort of setup area. So if we take this off, you can see that these are already orc controlled. So you can sort of know that this area is already under orc control. So we will deploy the bulk of our force here and go up, and then establish some sort of defense. I mean, we could move on to this island and establish the line of defense here, but that is probably going to be somewhat complicated, so I'm not sure if we will do that. I think these hexes are just as defensible as this art here. And then since we only need four, we have four here, and we have these three here. We cannot totally abandon both islands. Well, we could, but then we would have to hold this and these three, and that's not that. So I'm not sure about these objectives. It seems to me it could have been a more fun scenario if you had to hold more areas. But yeah, okay. So we have some new equipment. Remember to ignore the space. We have no new slots, and we have gotten a whole lot of not auxiliary units, bonus units. So I think our roster is filled up. So if we disband something, I'm not so sure we get anything new. So let's pretend this doesn't exist, because if we do bring it, we suddenly have a crazy ass unit that can shoot 3, that can also shoot 1 to 2. Has no armor penetration, but this one is good. And it also has melee, so it is sort of a combination of assault and tactical squads. I think it becomes a little bit boring. You can buy scouts, of course. Devastators we can buy now. But this is interesting. We have the Terminator with assault cannon. And I'm not normally a fan of the Thunder Fire cannon, because when you go on the offense, it can only move one step. If you put it on a transport, then it cannot provide support fire. But in this specific scenario, then we could perhaps get some use out of the Thunder Fire cannon. We look at this area here. This looks like a prime spot for a Thunderfire camp. Walkers, Dreadnought or Hellfire. So Hellfire definitely. This is not a bad unit in any way, and of course it has 6 attacks, so it is better against infantry, but it's not so very many attacks anyway. We now can take the Typhoon, which has that very powerful missile launcher. The only reason I'm not a huge fan of the Typhoon is that I feel that sooner or later it will become a lot less relevant. It can do some good work, same with this one. This one is somewhat better. I cannot upgrade this, of course, because there is no upgrade path for these units. So I mean, here they are kind of excellent because they can just float in the water, above the water, beyond sort of reach of normal units. They can do a bit of, well, this one even has a bit of spotting. This one is less spotty, but it's a much better shooter. And both are 7, so they can do some decent damage. So, like having some flyers hang out here on the flank, it's a good way to put some extra firepower on these orcs. But then I think you quickly will find that you have to disband them later because other scenarios they do not fit so well. Tanks, we now finally have the Razorback with the heavy bolter and with the last cannon, but no whirlwind because that's plain better. This is not a bad unit, but like the Predator, that little bit of gain in soft firepower sort of removes what you need the most, which is sort of a punch against yeah, what can I say? Punch against something. Against hard targets, yeah. So Annihilator back with the Razorback with less cannons is a much beefier setup against sort of semi-hard vehicles. This backed by this. Well, it does get one more support shot, and it gets one more shot with the autocannon, so that's 7, that's 14 extra shot and a slightly better accuracy. But I tend to find that putting this in the front line, even against infantry, suddenly you get hit by something with close range or melee weapons, and then it just hurts. So, aircraft, this is still kind of interesting. Why does it have hover when it's a flyer? Okay. With 40 defense, it cannot really approach anything to shoot with its 5 strength. So there is this 1 to 4, but when I had a little think about it, the problem here is that most Titans or super heavy tanks, which are the ones that you would like to blink, they have range 4 weapons as well, so now your range 4 doesn't really help you. Okay. But we can start by upgrading these guys, because in this scenario I think we will find the Hellfire Dreadnought with its longer range is much more useful. Having 2 of these I think is quite interesting. But I now feel we must also have a couple of Razorbacks. So maybe just keep one Predator. Like this, or do I want this to be a back? This one, I seem to be getting experience relatively quickly, so maybe I can take advantage of that. Okay, that is 5 tanks. That is not bad. They are not my primary frontline bruisers. You can might actually consider. Okay, we'll see what we can do about the other stuff. This one will. Okay, so I will have at least one Thunderfire cannon, I think, and this one is fairly experienced. So, do I really need a Land Raider to transport it? Probably not, but I am still going to do it. My commander, I don't really use him much, but he has some, should I say, nostalgic value for me. I would take a second Thunderfire cannon. And now you will notice something that I find interesting or a bit crazy. This is the other advantage of the Thunderfire cannon. They are infantry, so you can put them inside fortification, and that can be a big advantage. So we won't be using these Devastators, obviously. This, I think, will be a Terminator Assault Squad. Really doesn't need a... No, not Terminator Assault Squad, Assault Cannon Squad, because it will be here. And I don't... Okay, if we run out of prestige, like this, yeah, we can do this, and then we can have one that is mobile. Because I can already tell you that I'm going to put this one here. Good tank here. Not tank, but understand what I mean. I will have my 2 flyers here. I do think maybe I want to put my artillery here, because then it can move to support stuff on this bridge, but it could also take pot shots across here. Thunderfire will go here, along with my point man. Okay, so the question now is, what do we do with this other? It's under 5 cannon. No, I cannot. Yes, it was the correct one. Because now I can creep forward here, but as needed, it can reposition, and we have support fire from these other units as well. But I think I want one more Terminator, so which is my most experienced squad. So that would be these guys, but not having that. That will have a Land Raider, because I think he will need to move, or do I want him here? No, I want him here. This one, I think I will just do a tactical squad. They are relatively fast. They are not that squadron fast, but my other stuff is not super fast. Could make them. So I will plop them down here. Plop them down. Okay, I'm not sure. But I want this one to be a scout, which I would use to sort of observe into this. Well, should I put all 4 dreadnoughts there, or should I have a sort of a reserved dreadnought down here? Yeah, let's do that. Now I have 3 support units in this area. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Why was I sure I had another unit I could buy? That's the case. I will put my other scout here because then I can use it to observe the bridge and maybe snipe on it. Oh, what are those? Assault squad. We're not going to have any assault squads here, are we? This is my commander. This is my normal. They are gonna head over here to help out. And actually afford that. We'll have 1, 2, 3. And have there. Port. This annihilator in the back here. I think that's a pretty potent force. Still have a few prestige left, so I mean I could give more transport to people, but this one isn't going to walk anywhere, and the same with this cannon. So I don't need it, but these are moving. I have 3, 2, 3 support. Could I just turn this annihilator into another support unit? This one into a heavy bolter unit. Don't really have a lot of, these can assault, this can assault, and redo that. Heavy bolters, and they can even have a rhino. Oh, that was expensive. Yeah, okay. And deploy. Oh, orcs are moving first, okay. Why didn't this guy shoot? It has a cannon. Okay, maybe it felt that... Oh, Gretchin versus Terminators. It doesn't help to be 80. Well, 80 before you take horrendous casualties. Okay, I think getting a second Terminator there is gonna be very useful. But now I feel maybe I have not too much prestige, but way more prestige than expected. If I had been on the challenging difficulty, this would have been... Oh, let's not... Ouch! Leave my dreadnought alone. This is my good dreadnought. I think the Thunderfire is doing well. If it had a little bit more experience, it would be even better. Big Shoota boys, they have range 3. Have range not that much. Oh, those are knobs. Oh, yeah. Okay. I would never. Well, maybe if all of these spanned up, I could remove it. We'll try next turn. Okay. Yeah, of course. This one is quite a bit heavier. We will have to get moving. I think that's a fair start. Now I have these two under relatively good roll, I think. So do this. Oh, this is rough. 1, 2. Too late to undo that. I was kind of hoping to also get rid of these and sort of push this dreadnought there and get the Thunderfire, because now you can see this is here unsupported. Like maybe over. I should have sent this flyer over here. That would have helped. Yeah, okay. Never mind. It's not going to be a big deal. No, it went for the dreadnought instead. Okay. Yeah. You think you're safe, but you only have a spotting of 1, and then suddenly you're not so safe after all. They take damage, even with 70 defense against Shootas. The mass of fire. Oh, 2 left. So there is probably a mass of enemy units here as well, beelining for this. I was hoping to move here, you can probably understand. Let's do this instead. stem the goblin tide. This, okay, it worked out okay. Well, I still have to wipe out that guy. And stay in cover here and provide fire. Didn't want to die. They have a Stompa or a mini Gargant. 11 hits. 100 defense. Fairly slow. High accuracy, but it's of course just one. Death cannon. This can rip anything apart. Range 4. This has a scary little claw there. And it also has a bunch of big shootouts. 4 shots. So, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It will take a couple of turns to get in range. It's now under orc control. So something is coming. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I'm leading with my weakest unit again. This is kind of not okay. Killed one of my dreadnoughts. You can see there's a huge difference in survivability between this Predator Annihilator and the Dreadnought. It's on the level where you start to question why I even have it in my roster. But I am also using it wrong since I'm putting it on point where I know the main enemy force is coming. Yeah. Under 5 cannon doing good. Death Dreads. No. Let's get rid of these guys. Mortars are pretty good units. Scoping that out. Just gonna edge forward here. I mean, I could pop out and take a shot on it, but that would not work super well. Get some spotting on these 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can see these hexes. It's a good setup. Let's do this. I'm just spotting through, then I have a better idea what's going on this island. The plan. This one needs fixing, this needs a little bit of fixing. We should mostly be fine. Sorry. Oh. I cannot support fire there because the angle is not ideal. Yeah, it's fine. Here having the auto, no, the heavy bolter support would be marginally better. But you can see they don't really do any real damage anyway, so. Find it fun that the mortar is actually faster than the other units. Reparo. This went actually very well. Point, I can hit even more morale damage. And so I cannot shoot through this because this is 100% line of sight blocking. Can do this. And this. This. Goodbye. This has 3 spotting, remember? I think that's fine. I will just shoot someone for fun. So where did the Gargant go? It could be here even. Oh. So, turn. Yeah. No, it's in the forest here. Okay. Interesting. always good to support the support unit with the support unit. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if it pulls back one step, then I won't have the same problem. Predictable. Nah, not smart. Okay. These have 4 spotting. I think that's it. Here comes the Gargant, but he has to shoot one of my fresh units, so it's fine. And now I've cleared the way. Bonus objective complete. Evoke the Tom on fire. I wonder what that actually means. It means Bane Sword. That's the one with the long range cannon. More like an artillery piece, really. First, let's weaken it a little bit. Then hit it with the killer blow. This one heals. No, you bastard. No, it's fine. Mortar time. Die. Okay, so we've cleared out the immediate area. Reasonable losses, I would say. My big question here is it actually worth going forth to take that island? I now control 7 victory X's and I only have to control 4. Oh, I forgot to use my units there. Never mind. I cannot oh my god. I am mortally afraid of this guy. Get some morale back on these guys. Oh, he didn't repair. Maybe he's running out of prestige. Sounds unlikely, but could happen. Did I forget to move my Bane sword? Yeah. Probably. Oh, did I get it this turn? No, I think I got it. I'll try to remember moving it now. I probably need it. Something definitely happened. Not too much though. Okay, my turn. But I mean, I see what's happening here, and it's nothing threatening, really. Fixing this up. Repair, repair. Nothing to repair. I could go here. No. Can't see anything on there. Okay, these need more morale, by the way, so we'll fix that later. The idea here is to go here. Repair. repair, and then just have one of these hang out here. I'm really not gonna need those guys. Not even the sacrificial piece. This part is less defensible than the lower one here, but I don't think they are as keen on coming up here. What is this? Devastators? Here comes the Gretchin. That's it. That's poor morale, so let's fix that. Get their morale back. I think you normally lose 5 morale for shooting, but since this is fearless, it only loses half, rounded down. Into this for fun. The Thunder Fire Cannon is not fearless, even though it has a Tech Marine. Ooh. But as long as you don't shoot, you only shoot support fire, then you don't lose morale as far as I know. Hey, this scenario was kind of interesting, but then again, not so much. I mean, we're hanging out in the gropeweed doing nothing much really. This is a leader, so elected to lead, not to read. Be all good. And the fire cannon is now 83 morale, that is better. It will primarily And 0 damage, okay. Yeah. It's still pretty good. Well, I will continue shooting. Stand on the grope weed, by the way. Always stand in cover. Any kind of unit you can. Present only your high defense units, preferably with support fire. See, it repairs instead of going forward. But now it has rash morale. Oh, amazing. Amazing. This can only move 1, 2, so it cannot get any further than that. Kind of funny. Kind of funny. Still nothing. And this can get up to 100%. Only 30 defense, that's not amazing. Did I repair everyone else? No, this one is missing 1 hit point. I think everyone else is at full health then. Doing good. Now I have forgotten this for like 10 turns. That will probably... Oh, something happens. Okay, fair enough. Now we will go. More stuff is happening. Okay, let's do this. Oh, that was really stupid. Para. Heal that guy. A whirlwind would have been better than I could shoot over the top there. I'd heal everyone, right? So, turn 13. It's I don't know, kind of perplexing. A few units are coming over here, but nothing is happening in the middle section here. Huh. Okay, fix morale. Morale. This is just super strange. Nothing is really happening. There hasn't been a single unit coming through this area. Not sure if why I remember this as being an interesting scenario. Okay, no. There are victory hexes here, so it didn't matter that I didn't go to the island. I did consider going to the island, but I figured it would be wasteful, basically. I don't know. What is that? I never saw that unit before. I'm sorry. Looted rhino with kill cannon. Huh. That was fun. Not a single unit coming across this river. Okay, more units, but why? Super weird. But never mind. Okay, this was the weirdest scenario ever. Oh well, I won. Uh, that started out the review map. Okay, you have a few guys hanging out here doing nothing. Not sure what's that about. Those are probably stationary garrison troops. This is the mobile reserve. They are basically just jammed. 2 full Gargants. I think I have a vague idea what might be happening here. If the enemy was deployed sort of in this area initially, remember we had control here, so they weren't down here. Since I did not move on the island, then this is the closer objective to take. So instead of going for these, all their units end up going here. So instead of having a fight, is that scenario design, or I don't see how you can make them not do that. That can only be remedied if you had to hold at least one of these. They could have cut down on the number or increased this. Made these not objectives. Make these objectives. Have 2 objectives here. Have 2 here, 2 here, 2. I don't know. Yeah. Well, that started fun, but got kind of wonky. I have played the scenario before, but then I've always gone to this island, and then stuff have happened. I'll show you. These Gargants, at least one Gargant has come across this river before. I'm absolutely sure about that. Thunder fire cannons, yeah, I guess they did okay. Wasn't huge. This one was very good initially, and I think this one would do better than just one of these laser tanks. This one did absolutely nothing. It was completely hopeless. Until the next time, see you.